a law, for giving us this forum here today. I think it's vital to have all rational perspectives heard for the sake of fairness and balance. Without it, civility has no chance of advancing. It is especially important to consider those without a voice, and for that we should be grateful for what they do. Regardless of anyone's system or belief or political opinion, organizations such as We Need a Law and ARPA deserve our consideration and support. I should tell you that I'm not a public speaker. Please excuse me as I read from these papers. This is very difficult, but I'll do my best. I still find it very difficult to speak of Cassie and Molly in past tense. It is difficult to find a way for me to say the same things I've been saying again and again. But I will, and I hope you will too. Until these terrible flaws in our country's legal system can be fixed, so that no other families will ever have to go through this aspect of such a terrible nightmare again. First of all, I want to tell you about Cassie. She was my friend and my lover. She was who I spent the most time with in the last 5 years of my life. We worked together and played together, and as couples do, we argue together. And all the while, for a time, we experienced life together. The thing about Cassie that I can't seem to emphasize enough is how eager she was to be a mother. I don't think that she even realized it until Molly was alive and growing inside of her. Molly wasn't her plan, but it didn't matter. She was life. And Cassie knew that first and foremost. She was the changing landscape of our experience together. She was everything that we had left to learn. She was the new eyes to look upon the old world with. She was our love and our future manifested. But more importantly than any of that, Molly was a unique and individual person with a life and a potential of her own. We couldn't know yet about the color of her hair or what her toes would look like. Not for another 10 weeks. But she was there in her mom's belly and in our hearts and minds and in this world, physically thriving and emotionally and spiritually connected and awaited for by every single member of her family. The time for any kind of choice had long passed, and in fact, if Molly was ever a choice, the choice had been made clear by the only person who could possibly have a right to it. Cassandra Ashley Cake. Not only was I witness to that choice, I was witness to why it could be no other way. I heard the baby's heart beating, I saw her move her mother's belly, and I saw the joy on Cassie's face to experience every single one of these things. At 7 months pregnant, she was a perfect picture of a pregnant woman. Healthy, round, proud, strong, and eager. She was going to be an excellent mother. She knew it, and so did everybody around her. But then the world went dark. Darker than I could have ever known. And it stayed that way, and it is that way. But I'm not here to speak about sadness. I'm here to speak about outrage. There are many terrible absolutes that construct this unimaginable reality. But there are three in particular that I want to point out. On their own, they are just three appalling facts, but together I think they reveal a greater truth about our country and what we, as people, have come to accept. Number one, there existed no reasonable argument or possibility that that the person responsible for the murder of Cassie did not know she was pregnant. Number 2, there exists no reasonable argument or possibility that the person for this did not intend to kill both Cassie and the baby she carried. And number 3, in Canada, there exists no law against what this person did to our daughter. To me, these 3 truths together are enough to illustrate just how we as a society have strayed from decency and civility and from justice and reality.